in this video, we'll be learning about how to create pivot charts in Excel. For data analysis, we need some visual presentation. Remember, visuals are 10 times much better than the textual data. So if you see, whenever you go to watch a movie, and there are some books also written, people don't read books, they go to watch a movie because it's fast, easy, understandable. Same applies for a data analysis process. When we have a textual data, we keep on creating pivot tables, and multiple pivot tables. But if you want a person to quickly grab the attention, quickly understand the data, a chart, a visual would be the right method to present you. Here in this video, we'll understand about how to create pivot charts. So it can be a column chart, it can be a bar chart, it can be a pie chart, any chart over there. Let's try to understand. The question here is, we want to present the top 10 products based on the sales, or maybe top 10 cities based on sales, top 10 manager based on sales. So let's try to understand. Here we can keep a cursor in the data and go to the insert menu bar. There are many methods to create a pivot chart. The first and the simple method will be, here we can go to insert pivot table, click on OK. This creates a blank pivot table. Let's find out based on top 10 products, and we will pick up the product into rows that way, and we have brought here, let's say, sales into values. But these are more than 10. If you observe here, these are more than 10. First, we have row labels. Nobody understands what is row label. Our job is to go to design tab, report layout, convert into tabular format, so it becomes a product. Easy for understanding. These are more than 10. Let me find out how many are there. If I select the column, it looks like 17 columns are there, 17 products are there. 17 means you can report this one as 16, this one as 15. 15 products are there. We want to find out the top 10 products by sales. So click on this drop down. Let me zoom the screen. Then we have a value filters. We have the option as top 10. So in Excel, we have a filter option which you have learned. We can go to value filters, top 10 option, and we will select the option as top 10 items based on sum of sales, because we are interested in the sales, not in the name of the products. So when we click on OK button over here, what happens? The data is filtered for top 10. Now it is easy. We can select these numbers. We can make it as 0 decimals. Now, obviously, when we present this data, it becomes difficult to find out how difference that we have in the data. So we can right click, sort largest to smallest, which is easy. So smartphone is having the highest sales, camera is having the lowest sales. But if I present in the visual format, there are many methods. The first method would be, keep your cursor in the data, insert menu bar, and here we have the option as inserting charts. Okay, so that's a traditional method. We will select the option as, let's say, 2D horizontal bar, and that becomes a chart here. Carefully observe, we have this legend, that's known as legend. We delete that legend. We have the total given here, but who will understand what exactly is a visual all about? So here we can select the total and start typing directly. It says as sales by product. When we do that, here there are no changes, but if you see in the formula bar, sales by product, and the cursor is blinking, so the ribbon is grayed out. Grayed out means you cannot do any activity. Press enter and the name will be visible here. Now when a person walks in the room, they can just see the title of the chart, understand these are the sales by products. Secondly, we have a filter icon which is helping us to filter the data. Suppose we don't want product, we click here and these are some products which are selected. We can deselect, we can select between camera and microwave. Click on OK, tell me which is better. So obviously camera is better in terms of sales. Now we can pick up this, we can change the position anywhere on the screen, but we'll not do that right now. Carefully observe, it is so easy to understand that camera is having highest as compared to microwave. But if you see at the data, okay, and you can realize it's less than 50% somewhere by looking at the visual. But if you look here, it is not easily understandable with the help of this data. Is it 50% or less than 50%? No idea about it. So here camera is better. So let me delete this and we will clear the filters. Now let's say if you want to find out and create a pie chart. So how do we create a pie chart? Let us first select the data. Right. So let's say we want to create a pie chart. Remember, the pie chart should only be created when you have less than 5 items. 5 items or less than that. So these are 15. I can click here, value filters, top 10. But it is giving top 10. I have the option where I can change the value instead of top 10, top 5, click on OK. So these are 5 items here. Now I want to create the pie chart. So how do we create a pie chart? Let us first select the data. Right. So let's say we want to create a pie chart. Remember, the pie chart should only be created when you have less than 5 items. 5 items or less than that. So these are 15. I can click here. Value filters, top 10. But it is giving top 10. I have the option where I can change the value instead of top 10, top 5. Click on OK. So these are 5 items here. Now I want to create a pie chart. Why do we create a pie chart? To find out the distribution of the item. Okay. Contribution of the sales in the overall sales. So insert menu bar, we can go to pie chart and here comes the 3D pie. We can select 3D pie or 2D pie, depends, and this becomes a 2D pie. But it is difficult to find out what is the percentage value. So we click on plus sign, data labels. Now this is the data labels. No person in the world will like the numbers. Remember, whenever there's a pie chart, we want percentage distribution, not the numbers. So if you remember, we can double click on the heading, select the option show value as, we can select percent of grand total. Click on OK. Now this becomes a percentage. If a person watches the screen now, it gives more confidence, more understanding, and they can find out that this red color, which is printers, is having 20%. This blue colors having smartphone is 20.8%. But do you think your manager will keep on matching the color and finding out the value? They don't have that much time. Our job is to bring this tablet and put it here. Our job is to bring the printer and put it here. So what we are trying to do is this legend value should come on the data label. Legend should come on the data label. So here we go. We can click on plus sign. First of all, remove the legend. Makes no sense. In the data label, we can click on this button and here comes more options. On the right hand side, this window comes. We have to search the option, let's say category name. Let me find out if it is working. Category name, yes. This is the thing which works and here we go. Perfect. Now my boss doesn't have to wait and match the colors over there and find out the percentage. Quickly they can find out that oven 19%, smartphone 20%, printer 20%, super easy to understand. So remember, a visual is 10 times better than the textual value. So this is what you call creating pivot charts with the help of Excel here. So this was one method. The second method, let's try to understand. This is the raw data. I know that my end goal is pivot chart. It's not pivot table, but a pivot chart. So keeping your cursor in the data, in the raw data, and then we go to the insert menu bar and here we have pivot chart. You see pivot charts, pivot chart and pivot table. So when you create a pivot chart, pivot table automatically comes free with it. So let's see, when I click on pivot chart, raw data selected, target destination selected, click on OK. And observe here. I selected only pivot chart, but pivot table options are there. So we will find out the top 5 country names by sales. So here we go. Country into axis. We can put here sales into values. So these are the country and sales. I got a pivot table. I got a pivot chart. I did not ask both of them. So here, now instead of top 10, I think we should select the option as top 5 value filters. We can go for, let's say, top 5. Click on OK. And the data should be sorted. So I can right click, sort the data largest to smallest. And some more cosmetic, let's say I want data labels. So we have selected the data labels from here. And the data labels are given super easily. So this is what you call as pivot chart. That's a second method. Now, if you think the pivot chart, column chart is not making sense, we need some pie chart, we need some donut chart. You can anytime right click on this blank area and there's an option given as change chart type. This will open the library of all the charts. We can pick up here, let's say some other chart. Let's say we can pick up here, same applies pie chart, 3D pie, click on OK. This becomes a 3D pie, doesn't look good. Change chart type, we can select some other pie and click on OK. So this way the chart is created and then we can bring back. So various methods are there to create one particular chart in Microsoft Excel. So that's it, and I hope you have understood how to create pivot charts in Microsoft Excel. That's all for this video.